someone sometimes you may never know how to walk a path unless someone shows you how to do it the right way. And I've been thinking of the woman I was in my 20s, most especially from my most especially from my teens and somewhere under 20, under 25. And I really wish someone had sat down with me and taught me these things. And it would have saved me a lot of time and energy of trying and failing and trying and failing. Hence why I would like to share with you, if you're somewhere in your teens and below your 20s. So the first thing that I wish I had known earlier is self-love. Growing up, I didn't know that there's something that is called self-love that exists. And when I got to know about it, it felt so fancy when people talk about it. It felt like something that only people with money can do. And I never got to understand it. But now that I'm a bit older and I know and I understand it, I definitely wish I had done. I have known about it earlier, because self-love is the center of all things. For you to be able to make right decisions for you, you have to have self-love, because when you love yourself, you will not let yourself go through certain things. When you love yourself, you always make maximum best decision. Thinking about it now, if I had known about it, I wouldn't have made so many silly decisions that I have made in my 20s. But anyway, it's growing up and it's learning. The other thing I wish I had known earlier is self-care. To me, self-care was just bathing and eating on time, making sure that you eat 3 meals a day. That was self-care to me. But I never thought about it as understanding your body, understanding your mind, understanding your skin, and also extending to dressing, which is something that I got to know very much late in life, that the way you dress on its own can open a door to rooms that you can never fathom that you can end up. It can take, just by the way you look, by the way you present yourself, it can take you very far. The third thing that I wish I knew when I was younger is that be your age. Yep. If you're 16, be 16. If you're 18, be 18. If you're 20, be 20. Don't try to be more of an adult than you are age-wise. I understand that sometimes responsibility or life happens, so you are forced to grow up very quickly, leaving all your peers behind. But if you have the chance and if you have the opportunity, just be your age, because you will miss that time that you were supposed to be going out and hanging out with your friends. You will miss that time that you were supposed to be sitting down and doing what teenagers do. You will miss that time that you were supposed to be 20 and silly, because as you grow older, responsibilities in life does not get easier, it also gets worse. And because sometimes as you get older, life happens to all of us in different ways. I used to think that when I get to a certain age, then I'll enjoy myself more. But when I get, mostly when I was thinking that when I get to 25, I will enjoy myself more, because by the age of 25 maybe I would have achieved this and this, and I would be able to, relax a bit. But I got to understand that when you get older, the more you get older, the more the pressure, the more the responsibilities, which means I wasted time all these years waiting on getting to 25 so that I can enjoy life more. And I turned 25 and now I'm 30, and I didn't get to do all the things that I wished I could do when I was 20. So my best advice to you is be your age and enjoy life as it is at the moment. Be 20, silly and goofy. Be 19. So the fifth thing that I wish I knew before now is building a skill that is according to your interest. We all go to school. We all have dreams of becoming something. So we go to school, we graduate, we become lawyers, we become doctors, we become whatnot. But sometimes because of environments and sometimes because of life itself, you don't end up using those papers to earn a living. Guess what? It is your skills that can actually put food on the table. No matter how silly a skill is, could it be baking, could it be nail technician, could it be makeup artist, could it be anything that you can do with your own hands without depending on another person. Because when you are a makeup artist, I'll just use that one as an example. If you are a makeup artist and you don't get hired, you can still do makeup on people in the street without even an office. You can do house calls without even an office. You can just advertise your skills and then boom, you're earning a living. So I wish I had learned that earlier. At least it would have saved me years of being broke. The sixth thing that I wish I'd known before when I was in my 20s is save, have savings. Yes, I grew up knowing and seeing my mom putting money in a what you call it, in a container, saving. I understood savings, but once I started making my own money, I would put it in there for some days. And if I feel like I want to buy something right now, I would still go and get that container, my piggy bank, and break it up and use all the money. Little did I know that things comes in seasons. There was a season that I was really, really in need of money, but I didn't have it because I understand what having life savings meant and how it would have helped me. You see, life savings is not something that you can just put in a piggy bank however you want to save it, depending on how much you're earning and what you're doing. It's not about just putting it there and then taking it out the following month, but it's understanding that you're putting it in there for not for today, not for tomorrow, but for the time to come, because there would be a time that you will need that money. It would be wise to use it when you are in need, not in want of that money. The last thing that I wish I had learned when I was in my 20s is that healing is your priority. You don't owe anyone, no one owes you healing. I used to think that when someone offends me, when something happens, when someone breaks my heart, to think that there's someone who has to give me closure. Not to say that closure is not important, it is important. But what if you're dealing with a situation or a person that doesn't even know or understand that closure is important? That means you're going to live for the rest of your life in misery, waiting for them to give you closure so that you can be able to heal. And that would be so devastating. So once I did learn about it, I was dreading that I wish I had known earlier before I had my first heartbreak, because I took time, months and months and months, waiting for my then boyfriend to give me a closure of why did you do that? How can you do that to me? Was I not good for you? Was I... And it also spills back to self-love. Anyway, I hope this was helpful to you, and thank you so much for listening. I will see you on the next video. Bye.